Today I want to discuss the topic of one peculiar game, one very specific game, Witcher 3. We have information that Witcher 3 will have a remaster edition, and this edition will be completely free of charge. It will be completely free. And also the two DLCs which are included in Witcher 3 also will be remastered, and they will be free for those who don't have them. So I think most of us right now have Witcher 3 with two another expansions. A third expansion is expecting to be released. We don't know when, but it will be the third and the last expansion about Geralt and his story. But this remaster edition, if we read carefully about what they will improve, the most important part I think is that the combat, which always was in Witcher games a little bit clunky, and which finally decided that I won't finish the game. I have played it for maybe 2-3 hours, but the combat was too stiff for me, and right now they are improving it. They are improving jumps, they are improving movement speed, and general smoothness of movement. So this is something really important for Witcher 3, because I think it's the weakest part of the game. And also combat will be improved, new finishers will be added, and combat will be improved to be I don't remember exactly what combat was in Witcher 3, but I think it was a little bit too clunky and a little bit too slow, a little bit too not responsive. So I think it is a good time to improve it, to show more action like fighting in Witcher 3, and much more advanced fighting. Maybe something like in the newest AAA RPG games. This remaster is a very good idea to show us that developers can do something really good for players, because this remaster edition will be completely for free for those who have Witcher 3 already, and I think that many people have Witcher 3 already, but also this is a chance for them to sell another Witcher 3 copies with improved graphic, improved combat system, improved skill tree, because skills will be completely renewed in a way that I don't remember if there was a skill tree before, but right now we will have a skill tree. So everything which was important, because the best part of course of Witcher 3 was the story, and were the quests. But I think in every respected RPG game, combat system, skills are maybe not at the same level as lore and as the plot, but they are also really important. And also this is a good idea to show us that game which was released in 2015, so right now we have 2026, so it's almost 11 years old when The Witcher 3 has been published, and we will expect this new expansion. It shows us that if the game is really good, or the game is even epic, it's worthy to invest in it. We have the same example in case of Diablo 2. Diablo 2 Resurrected was a remake of Diablo 2, the best. I think we can say that Diablo 2 was even better than Diablo 1, even though Diablo 1 was a little bit more serious and a little more frightening. We can assume that most players will choose Diablo 2 as the best Diablo. And of course, Diablo 3, Diablo Immortal, and Diablo 4 were flops, unfortunately. and they did a complete remake of Diablo 2, and I am playing this. I will be playing it even today. So it shows us that if the game is really good, if the game has a uniqueness in it, if the game is really epic, it will last for years. Another good example is let's say a little expansion to Diablo 2 Resurrected, because it was a mini expansion, because we get another class Warlock, and we get, let's say, a improved stash and improved options on some important unique items, and also new charms and so on. So it was like a mini expansion that, for example, you can stash runes or gems in one small slot and not have them like every game in every slot. So it's improvement in playing the game, of course. But nevertheless, Diablo 2 was published in 1999 or 2000. So it's like 26 years, and a new little expansion was published to this game, and it was a successful expansion, even though I think that the stash should be, let's say, because we get new stash in our storage, new stashes for items and so on, but we can accumulate items, but the items we can accumulate only to 100. I think 1000 will be a far better idea, and of course everyone want to have like another act event to Diablo 2. We will see if that will happen. But it shows us that making a remaster or even a remake of very good game, another example is, for example, Final Fantasy VII. Another example is upcoming Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. All will be completely fully remade. So it will be not remaster edition but remake editions. And of course, we have information that Witcher 1 is being remade, so it will be a completely full remake of Witcher 1. And it shows us that if the game is epic, if the game is above its standards, it is worthy to invest in it, even if it's a game of 20, 15 years old. And in case of Witcher, we have the same example. Maybe another example is Oblivion, Remaster of Oblivion from Bethesda. And the idea that after 11 years the game will have, Witcher 3 will have DLC, but the DLCs of CD Projekt Red are not short. They are not short. They are unique. The stories in it are unique. They are long, like DLCs from for Borderlands games, for example. So you have like almost another full, maybe not another full game, but worthy, long, impressive expansion. So I think it's really important to show us as players that if the game is worthy, they will invest in it. And in case of Witcher 3, it will be even for free for those who have it already. It's really a great information for us and for those who want epic games to be remake. For example, my brother told me yesterday that if I want to say what games I have played the most, first will be Diablo 2, second will be Guild Wars 1, and third will be Heroes of Might and Magic 3. And I got the information that this game, Heroes of Might and Magic 3, will have a complete remake of itself. It's a really impressive information, a really good information for us. I'm eager to see more upcoming movies and gameplays of it, and I will do a separate video about it. But doing a remake of an epic game is really important for those who, for example, lack new ideas. In Heroes of Might and Magic franchise, from Heroes of Might and Magic 1 to Heroes of Might and Magic 2 to Heroes of Might and Magic 3, every title was an improvement. But from Heroes of Might and Magic 4, unfortunately, and a lot of expansions to each of it, it was a downfall. So Heroes of Might and Magic 4, 5, 6 and 7, they were far more worse than the epic, the unforgettable Heroes of Might and Magic 3 and its two very long, very important, very difficult expansions. So it shows us that that if the game is unique, it is worthy of remaking it, because, for example, we have a new title called Heroes Olden Era, but the best Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era will be the second best after Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is almost unbeatable. So I think that and the Ubisoft should use it to maybe even do another expansions to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. If the title is really good, if the title is epic, unforgettable, you should use it to do, if you cannot, for example, do another game which will be better, and in this case Heroes of Might and Magic 4, 5 and 6, they 7 were worse than Heroes of Might and Magic 3. So we have no improvement in this franchise, and the same because, for example, in case of Witcher games, every Witcher games was better. Graphic, they were better. Music, better. Quests were better, and so on and so on. So I think that if you, for example, have a unique franchise, I think they should do a remake of Baldur's Gate 1, 2 and Icewind Dale 1 and 2 and Planescape Torment. Maybe Bethesda should do a remake of Fallout 1 and 2, or maybe do another Fallout. For example, Obsidian from Bethesda should do, let's say, Fallout in isometric view, like old school Fallouts, because this Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and even Fallout 76, they sold many millions of copies. They were successful products. But I think that this isometric view is very specific, very unique, very legendary for old school players, for older players like me, for example. Right now I have 42 years. So they should use it to show us that remakes are not bad idea. Even remasters of really impressive games are not bad idea. It's better to do a remaster of the game, to do a remake of the game, that do a game which will be worse. The best example is Diablo games. One, unique, epic, impressive. Second, there were a little, let's say, critics that it is a little bit too light in tone than the first one, but I think it's not true, because first Diablo, it was really cruel and gruesome and dark game, and second is a little bit lighter in tone, but it's still cool. It's still good to show us the uniqueness of the sanctuary world. But after Diablo 2 and the items, the rune words, the combination of unique items, rune words and tactics and skills is the better in hack and slash games. Only Path of Exile 2 have a chance. It will be released in December or 11 December of 2026. It has a good chance to dethrone Diablo 2, resurrected as the king of hack and slash games. But Diablo 3 with expansion, Diablo 4 with 2 expansions, They are far worse games, and Diablo Immortal even. They are far worse games than Diablo 2 Resurrected, because the remake is called Diablo 2 Resurrected. Uh, and we will probably get new Witcher for 2 years, maybe something like that. So it's really good idea to show us that remasters and remakes are not like lazy definition of doing a game. If the game is impressive, unique. For example, I would play StarCraft again if StarCraft 1 and Brood Wars were, because we have a let's say, okay, remaster, but remake would be really cool. I would play it again. I will give you new information about Heroes 3 soon, but Heroes 3 remake will be the first game I will buy, probably even the greater bonus edition or something like that. I will buy it immediately. This is so unique game that when I got this information, I couldn't believe it. That they are doing it. They are doing a remake of Heroes of Might and Magic 3, and it will be released probably 1 year or 1 year and a half. So the works are really advanced on this game. Really cool stuff is coming to us as players. Let me know in the comments what do you think about this remaster edition of Witcher, of giving free two DLCs to the players who don't own it, who doesn't have them, and of course if remaster edition of such unique game is a really good idea. But I think it's almost undisputable that it is really a great idea that you have a free remaster edition even. And for those who don't have Witcher, and for example, because I know that some players, me including, the combat and the movement was so clunky that I couldn't finish the game. I couldn't finish the game even though it was so good. So I think they notice it. They have noticed it. CD Projekt Red have noticed it. So this is a great chance to show us how can they improve unique and epic game to be even more unique and more epic. Let me know in the comments what do you think about it.